is incredible passion and spirit, but a football intelligence of players who weren't formally taught and therefore made their own way in the game and had to face all sorts of obstacles and are formed then as players capable in chaos of finding a way. They found a way to succeed as players through post-war and all sorts of personal trauma and things, and they can find a way in games.
But they've used that adversity to
that's
channel
what they are.
it
That's
into...
become what they are.
It's deeply ingrained in their DNA and their culture, and it's also the rhetoric that comes out from Zelic, from the players. I want to read to you a really nice quote from Ivan Rakitic in a pre-match press conference. "It doesn't only concern the 23 players, our coach, the staff, the physios, doctors, journalists, but the 4.5 million people back home. It's incredible pride and joy. We were lucky to reach the final, but we've shown this kind of commitment in each game." Oh, I'm sorry. This is the line that got me.
Yes, yes.
If there was a stadium big enough for 4.5 million people, it would be full.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, apologies, users.
No need to
it's a really big deal for the Croatians, for the players, and what it means to us.
How many Croatian Australians are there? What's the community?
Well, we've got over 330,000, if not more. So
then you go elsewhere all around the world, because post-war a lot of people or during the war. So Mandzukic, for instance, family fled to Germany.
That's right.
And he grew up playing there. So it must, I don't know, but it must be 5.5, 6 million
all
people
over
globally.
The globe. That's right.
And including our country. So, yeah, look, it's incredible what they've done. And it's a triumph of human spirit. This guy is going to play 71st game this year.
Wow.
71 games in 52 weeks in this season, right? Basically in one calendar year. 71, this is 71st game.
That's actually madness when you think about that. And I mean, we even looked at it in the context of Harry Kane. I know that there was a lot of criticism back in the UK directed at him, but then I was talking to my partner and he said, this guy's just come off the back of a really long Premier League season, playing 50-plus games. And then to come in and get up for a World Cup and to perform at that level as well, where the expectations only continue to grow for England. The pressure was added.
Rakitic said that we were lucky to make the final. That's not
no, it's not true. It's not. That was the one thing I disagreed with, because you'd have to say that these two are worthy finalists. And also, I know that we've spoken a lot about Croatia. Of course, me being a Hrvatica, so my support is there. But there is a tremendous amount of respect also for France, irrespective of what we believe from their tactics and from what Didier Deschamps has done with the team. It's been effective and it's gotten them here. Yeah,
that's also France's business.
That's exactly right.
We can interpret it, and what we do is we say, OK, and we have our own personal views and our own predilection towards football, the way we see it. And
a lot of it is also subjective.
Football is subjective.
There you go.
The only thing that's objective is the results, and the question is whether the results determine the correctness of the approach. That's called pragmatism. That's what Deschamps is.
And it's what Robbie Thompson, who we also had in our studio, Ligue 1 commentator, a fellow Australian who's been in France for 18 years. And I really loved and appreciated what he had to say, his insight. He's very intelligent, very bright, very talented.
But he was saying they don't, as we said, they don't have an identity.
They don't.
Their identity in football has been doing whatever necessary to win. And they also had the 80s we've talked about, was the romanticism period of football, which was the Platini era. They did win, actually, the Euros, destroyed everyone. But then, because they didn't win in the World Cup, it causes nations like them, and Holland went through the same thing. So many of them have had the same journey. But anyway, the journey of Croatia now is amazing. For France, they really should win.
Of course, because when the head or the heart gets voted here, it's your head. My head is saying France.
Doesn't work always in sport.
No, it hasn't worked in this tournament either, especially.
That's life, right? That's no different to all of our lives and everyone watching. You know, you go into forums where the other company, the other person, the other team, the other club, the other nation, whatever, has all the resources, has all the training, has all of the things, and in the end, it doesn't matter. It's not decisive, because they still have to deliver all of that on the day, and so much of it, all of it, is psychological, is about what France do in this game.
That's
right. It's not what they did when they were at Clairefontaine. It's not what they did in the previous game. It's not, And we know that the probabilities are with them because sport has shown that all of these advantages, and being fresher and playing 90 minutes less than Croatia, and Croatia having all of the penalties, we know that all of those things add up. And when you put all the building blocks in, you see the building blocks of why they should win is here, and the building blocks of Croatia is here. But that doesn't matter. That's not sport. Sport is, once we hit the ground, those things, they don't have to, they might stay there, but they can be equalised. In actual fact, they can end up on the opposite side, right?
Whack, that's
they can end up. There was a quote I saw today, was good. It said, France are favourites, but football is chaos, and Croatia understands chaos better than anyone, which is true.
It is.
Chaos through 91 and to now, and all of these players, what they've had to... That's
and
exactly right.
what they're also enduring at the very present moment as a nation as well, politically, economically, socially, employment issues, all of that. So to see it all reflected on a football field is also why we love the game.